Welcome back, everybody. Ryan Clark is the tournament director of the Odlum Brown Vancouver Open. 4 short years ago, he welcomed a young Eugenie Bouchard to Hollyburn to play in her first Vancouver Open. That's a pretty impressive panel of alumni.
That's right on the front of our website pretty much right now, too. That's a good Canadian alumni, and that's why we started this tournament. Give the Canadians a boost up, give them that home advantage for a change.
Eugenie Bouchard, though she didn't fare that well compared to Milos Raonic and Vasek Pospisil, take us back to why you brought her out here. Obviously, you always want to bring young Canadian here. Why you brought her, what you saw at that age to what you've seen now?
Well, what you see now is a very rapid rise. I don't think anybody could have predicted this rapid rise. When she was playing a couple of years here at the VanOpen, we saw a very good junior player, someone who's one of the best in the world at juniors, but no one ever would have thought it would have gone this. But we saw a good fighter, big hitter, and we said, you know, if she catches fire, this could go extremely well. But no one thought it would be this fast as a rise. As far as Vasek and Milos go, you could see, because they've got the size, they got the big serve, they got the shot. So you could see watching the VanOpen, you see, okay, these two guys are going to do very well for themselves.
Vasek Pospisil, by the way, on court right now against the Bryan brothers. They're in the opening set, so that could go on forever, knowing how men's doubles play. When you look at Eugenie's performance leading up to today's final, fantastic. Then she gets against Petra Kvitova, a hard hitter. She looked overwhelmed.
Yeah, and this was her style matchup. I don't think anyone should take it away that she was overwhelmed by the moment. She won Junior Wimbledon on that same court a couple of years ago. She's played her semifinals there. I think what really happened was a bigger hitter, bigger, stronger hitter, big serve. They play short points. They don't let a cagey baseliner like her play 9-10 ball rallies. They're going to play shorter points, which is going to throw her off. So it was really a style matchup, and that's what you get with some of those bigger girls like your Serena Williams or your Maria Sharapovas as well. They're just bigger, stronger hitters.
Watching this match and listening to Chris Evert, she talked about Bouchard needing to slow this match down. Is this one of these cases where we're seeing a young player taking her lumps?
Yeah, I think to a certain extent. I mean, she's very confident, obviously, but I think this will be. I think Chris Everett's point is very accurate. You know, you need to slow it down at that point when you've got a big hitter who's just knocking off big serves, and big tall players tend to do that. You've got to find a way to slow it down and just bring it right down to a snail's pace, so that you can find a way to lengthening out the points, keep those big athletes moving, and that's I think with a lot of sports. You want the big tall athletes having to do a lot more running.
Eugenie Bouchard will crack the top 10. She'll be our highest ever ranked world female player. I think they said she'll get to 8th when the rankings come out. Even though she didn't win today, the fact that she made it through to 3 straight Grand Slam semifinals, you said nobody saw this meteoric rise take place that fast. She's 20 years old, though, Ryan. As far as moving forward, this is a young lady who we're going to be watching for years to come, correct?
Yeah, correct. I think staying healthy, touch wood, staying healthy, all the rest, I think you can be around for a lot longer, and I think that's just part of the game and being able to manage the early rounds of the Grand Slams. And that's the secret in any of these Grand Slams. Get through your early rounds quicker so you got enough gas in the tank to do well in the later rounds.
She's not a big power hitter as far as her serve goes. What is she going to need to work on to be able to maybe slug it with a Kvitova, a Serena Williams,
Sure. I think the serve is going to have to factor into that somewhere. And granted, okay, you're not going to suddenly grow 3 or 4 inches.
Exactly.
But what you're going to have to do with the serve is learn how to place it better, so you can actually start right off the offensive, right off the bat, so that you're not just putting your serve in and getting into a long rally. You can actually kind of somewhat take command of the point early and get those taller players moving around, because again, the big, tall, lanky players don't like to run a lot. They don't want to put a lot of miles on their tires. Okay,
we're just over 3 weeks away until the Odlum Brown Vancouver Open. Let's mention some of the people you have coming in this year.
Sure. Well, a big player that's coming in right now is Marcos Baghdatis. He was a champion here in 2009. He's a top player from Cyprus and from Greece here. Hugely popular. He's been top 10. He's been in Wimbledon semifinalists as well. We've got a whole host of Canadians coming in as well. It's just really exciting to see. We're just about to get ready for our player announcements this week. We're just finishing off with agents right now. You're going to see players from over 40, 50 different countries coming in, all top, all Davis Cup national team players. And it's a really great chance for people to see world-class sports right in our own backyard.
I know you're working on a player right now that you can't publicly publicly say who it is, but we're talking about a former top 10 ranked woman in the world that you
even
may
higher.
or may not.
May or may not, but even higher than that. We've got we're on the phones right now, ourselves and our chairman underwriter, Floyd Hill, does an amazing job of connecting with the agents, and that's a big part. We've got to do a lot of chatting with agents and others to bring them here to Vancouver, because every other tournament in the world is trying to grab them. But each year that we've been around, now that we're in year 13 going into year 14, we seem to be gaining that reputation from the agents, which is great.
We always thank you for coming in. You always answer our phone call. You give us a great perspective on tennis.
Thanks,
Lynn, Sonia, back to you.
All right, thanks, Ryan, and best of luck with the Odlum Brown Open.
Very intense stuff. I like it.
That's all the time we have on this Saturday morning. Jeff Hastings is going to be taking over the news desk on BC One.